What is up, Cancer? How are you guys doing? Guess what time it is? It is time for your February 2025 bonus reading. So basically what I'm doing is I'm looking for details, situations, and scenarios that didn't make it into the first round of February readings. All right? If you are in need of a personal reading, you can find all that information right down there in the description of this video, okay? All right, so this deck's not wanting to cooperate with me. How about this one? Let's start this off with the new person. New person Cancer recently connected with. How's the energy looking in February, universe, Cancer, and the new person? Two of Swords, Two of Wands, man. Hang on. So the Two of Swords is all about being indecisive, having a decision that needs to be made. You know, don't know to make this decision or that decision. Do I do this or that? Should I stay? Should I go? Is this going anywhere? Should I walk away from this? Five of Cups reversed. Okay, some of you dealing with a Virgo here. Man, so what's this all about? What is that all about? Now, here's the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands are basically the air and fire version of the same energy. The Two of Swords is about being indecisive, right? Needing to make a decision. The Two of Wands is about being at a crossroads, needing to choose which path you're going to take. Basically the same energy. So when they both come out in the same spread, it kind of feels like both of y'all are a little bit indecisive about this connection. And there's some past energy up in here. Who is it that is still hung up on an ex? Whose energy is this? Somebody here is still hung up on a past person. Kind of feeling like this person has their guard up a little bit. Maybe not really wanting to let you in all the way. And honestly, you know what? It kind of feels like this person annoys you a little bit. I just think you're just out and out annoyed by this person in this situation. Yeah. Okay. Okay, some of you dealing with a Scorpio. I also have Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius. Okay, well, let's see how this person feels about you. And what their true intentions are. How's this person feel about Cancer? What are their true energies and intentions? How do they see you? How do they feel about you? Ooh, King of Wands. Okay, that's good. Well, the one thing you can say about the King of Wands is he ain't playing games. He ain't playing no damn games, that's for sure. Ace of Swords reversed. Oh, this person honestly feels a little bit beneath you. They honestly feel like you're a little bit out of their league. And there's the karmic wheel again. So that came out in the first spread. But that card comes out so much I get tired of talking about it, to be honest with you. Sometimes I'll do that. You know, if you watch enough of my readings, you will hear sometimes the same fucking talking point come out over and over and over. And it just sounds like I'm just repeating myself. And for all intents and purposes, I am. But it's because the fucking card keeps coming out, right? If the same card keeps coming out, I got to keep saying the same fucking thing. So every now and then, I'll go through this thing where it's like, I'm so fucking tired of talking about that. I'm just going to ignore that card if it comes out. And I'll do that sometimes. Sometimes I'll ignore a fucking card because I don't feel like talking about it. But then it comes out again. And that's when the universe is like, motherfucker, I brought that card out because you need to talk about it. Okay, so here's the karmic wheel again. You and this person have some karma from a previous lifetime. This person feels an abnormally strong connection with you. They feel like you're meant to be in their life for some reason. They just don't know why. They feel that sense of soul recognition, you know? They just don't know what it is or why it feels that way. They're not playing games, though. No, they're not. But honestly, they are kind of thinking about walking away from this just because they're worried that you're going to abandon them because they feel like you're out of their league. So they're afraid that you're going to wake up and realize that one day. And they're thinking about maybe they should walk away first before you get the chance to do that. When it all comes down to it, though, at the deepest level, I think they would love to settle down with you. They just don't trust you for some reason. I don't know why. Well, let's see how this is going to play out. How's it playing out for the next 30 days? Or at least through February, 28 days, whatever. How's this playing out through February? Magician, okay. Boom, boom. Seven of Swords reversed. Man, why is February so fucking slow for everybody, dude? You're not walking away from this. You're sticking with it, hanging in there. Y'all are just not connecting, though, dude. Not connecting. February is going to be a very slow month. I think it's going to be a slow month for everybody for some reason. I don't know why exactly. And now, I'm not a master when it comes to astrology, like the astrological shit that's actually happening in the sky. I know that right now, currently, this is being filmed on January 26th. We got this planetary alignment shit going on. The energies have been really heavy in general for the past week or so, with all the changes that we're going through in the world right now, with a new U.S. president and all these fucking changes happening. You can just kind of feel the collective energy just weighing down on everybody, just in general. But for some reason, February is just moving slow for everybody, dude. Especially with new relationships and new connections. They aren't moving forward very quickly. It's almost kind of like y'all, everybody's just kind of stuck in the mud, bogged down. You know, most people aren't really all that motivated to, you know, get up and fucking make life happen because everything's fucking changing so drastically, you know? So, okay, at least you're not walking away. They're not walking away. It's going to last at least through February. Well, let's see if we can get some advice here. Can't stand it when energy like that comes through, dude. So hard to put words to it. What's the advice? What is the advice? Star card. Damn, karmic fucking wheel again, man. All right. So, okay, simple enough, simple enough. Don't try too hard to force control the rate in which things are moving. So, for example, if things seem to be moving really, really, really fast, don't try too hard to slow things down. You can try a little bit, apply the brakes. But if you feel the universe fighting against you, don't try to fight it. In this case, things are moving slow. Okay? So if things are moving too slow, don't try too hard to force things to speed up. Right now, there's a process going on, not just with you and this person, just with society at large, where everything is rearranging itself in a way that none of us would honestly be able to understand. So let things roll through February the way they naturally want to roll. Don't try too hard to control this. Beyond that, I don't even fucking know, dude. This energy is such a thick, heavy... This is like trying to walk through Mississippi mud, dude. We'll see if the energies clear up, working our way through March. We'll see, man, because Jesus Christ. Okay, let's just see what's due to come in next for the singles. What's due to come in next for the singles? Anything good due to come in? Page of Cups reversed. See what I'm saying, man? This is so... February is such a fucking headache, dude. I say, what's new to come in? Page of Cups reverse comes up. The fuck does that mean? Queen of Cups reversed. Well, man, honestly, February for a lot of you looks like a resting period. Look at this. We got the Hangman, Three of Wands. These are both cards of waiting. The card of a love offer coming in is in the reverse. And then the card of taking a break and resting. So I'm thinking that for a lot of you, February is a resting period. And the card of love offers and love options is in the reverse. February is a period of rest for a lot of you. A whole lot of you. Let me see if I can clarify why that is. Why is that? Magician reversed. Oh, okay. You're not quite in the vibrational state to really attract anyone in right now. I'm not just going to go as far as to say that you're not a vibrational match to the next person due to come in. A lot of you, not just Cancer, but a lot of people, period, are not in a vibrational state to attract anyone in right now. Anyone. Remember, vibration is the primary law. What vibration are most people resonating with who are out here getting into relationships? What would you say the frequency is of your average person out here dating right now? Love, joy, happiness, abundance. How about brokenness, emptiness, loneliness, sadness, anger, bitterness, resentment? And that energy will do nothing but attract shit into your life. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have every right to be feeling that way, but energy, frequency, and vibration doesn't discriminate. It doesn't judge. It doesn't pick favorites. At the end of the day, energy, frequency, and vibration doesn't care. It doesn't care why you're in that vibration. Okay? The analogy I like to use is it's like a hot stove. The hot stove doesn't give a fuck who you are. It's going to burn you. It don't care if you're a good person or a bad person, or if you did right or if you did wrong, or if this was fair or unfair. It doesn't matter. If you touch it, it's going to burn you. Same thing with energy, frequency, and vibration. It doesn't mean that your feelings are not valid. If you're in a vibration of brokenness, sadness, and emptiness, it doesn't matter if those feelings are valid. They very well may be. I'm sure they are. I'm sure that there are some of you who have been through some fucking hurtful, painful shit. And that's totally understandable. But that doesn't change the fact that if you're in that vibrational state, you're a magnet to people, situations, and scenarios that harmoniously resonate with that vibrational state. See what I'm saying? And that's just a fact. It's just what it is, man. It's just the way this matrix is set up to function and operate. Let's get, well, you know what? Let me check one more thing real quick. Hang on. Hody-do, yo. Hody-do. Yeah, see? That's what I thought. Well, the good news is, hang on. King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, the good news is I don't think you have any miscellaneous contracts that are due to come in. So the next contract that's coming in is a long-term contract. Long-term. For some reason, though, it's be very specifically telling me that February isn't quite the time for that yet. Not quite. See, February, Aquarius into Pisces season, is the real end of the year. Okay? The real new year is Aries season. Now, that doesn't make the new year that we all celebrate null and void, because when you have billions and billions and billions of people believing that January 1st is the new year, that's absolutely going to manifest the closing of an old cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. But the real new year is Aries season, the real new year. So a lot of you still have some energies to shed right now. Still have some energies to shed, because your real cycle is beginning after Aries season. Well, let's get some, I guess, general advice. What's the advice for Cancer? Nine of Swords. Okay. I'm always thinking of new ways to try to say this. First of all, I don't know who needs to hear this. There's a lot of miscellaneous mixed messages here. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't have any unfinished business from the past. We're doing the past person here in just a minute, but just to let you know, you don't have any unfinished business from the past. Okay? So if the universe pulled somebody out of your life and put them in your past, that's where they belong. Just to let you know. Now, you hear me say all the time, the primary law is the law of vibration. So if the primary law is the law of vibration, then what's the primary goal? Happiness, right? The primary law is the law of vibration. You know what? I'm going to tell you what I told Gemini. Okay, here's how I explained it to Gemini. So this matrix that we live in, the only way for your soul to be able to sustain itself in this matrix, in this thick, dense human skin suit, is if your vibration is incredibly fucking low. Okay? Now, your vibration being that low creates amnesia. Your vibration is so low in this human skin suit that you've forgotten who the hell you are and why you're here. Now, that amnesia in turn creates the illusion of separation. That's one of the most convincing illusions in this matrix. We appear to be separate from and apart from everyone around us. The illusion of separation in turn creates the illusion that we have this empty void in our hearts, and we all feel incomplete. And we're not. And we never have been. You've never been incomplete. There never was a void in your heart. You've never been separate from anyone. You've never been alone a day in your life, ever. And you never will be. Even if you spend the rest of your life never attracting your divine life partner, you will never be alone a day in your life. But that's the illusion. It's all a big illusion. Now, to pour salt on the wound, those who control this matrix have brainwashed us into believing that the only way to alleviate the pain of this imaginary void that doesn't even exist is for somebody to bring love to you from the outside in. It's one of the most common questions that I get on a daily basis. Do I have love coming in? No, you don't. No, you don't. That's not where love comes from. You might have a person coming in. Oh yeah, you probably have a person coming in. But whether or not love is there strictly depends on whether or not you're vibrating at the frequency of love. Love can't come in unless you're vibrating at that frequency, because the primary law is the law of vibration. The secondary law is the law of attraction. So you have a person coming in, whether it's love, hate, lies, deceit, manipulation, blah, blah, blah. That depends on your frequency. Now, remember what I said a minute ago? Frequency doesn't judge. There is no judgment here, okay? I'm not saying good frequency, bad frequency. It does not matter if you are a good person or a bad person, or a smart person or a dumb person. We have good people and bad people, smart people and dumb people who vibrate at the same frequency and come into each other's lives all the fucking time. Okay? So don't be thinking that, oh, Rich said that I'm a bad person because I attracted this bad person into my life. No, Rich did not fucking say that. What Rich said was like vibration attracts like vibration. If I'm vibrating at the frequency of brokenness and emptiness, the only way I can attract a person into my life is if that person somehow matches the frequency of brokenness and emptiness. Can you think of some ways that a person might be able to match the frequency of brokenness and emptiness? Can you think of some ways? Narcissist, emotional unavailability, liar, deceiver, manipulator, lack of empathy. Just to name a few. Those are some ways that somebody could match the frequency of brokenness and emptiness, right? So, if I do that and I bring somebody into my life on a vibration of brokenness and emptiness, what's going to manifest? Happiness, love, and abundance? Brokenness and emptiness is what will start manifesting itself between the two of us. Now, that's the in a nutshell version, okay? It gets a lot deeper and way more nuanced and convoluted than that. But in a nutshell, that's the reason why the primary law is happiness. But how to do that, man? That's the trick. That's the trick. Because I'm just basically throwing a blanket over decades and decades and decades and decades of brainwashing and programming and humans wandering around this planet lost, trying to fill an imaginary void that was never fucking there, and creating karma in the process, and coming back and getting cycled through the karmic wheel over and over and over, stuck in this fucking game, and they can't get out of it. All because of the illusion of separation, you know? Well, anyway, February and possibly March, I don't know yet because we haven't read March, but February is definitely a resting period. Definitely a resting period. Here's what I would do. I would take a step back, take a look around at my life, and say, okay, universe, dude, I'm trusting that my life is the way you want it. If there's nobody in my life right now, I'm leaving that up to you, universe. It's up to you now, universe, dude. Whenever it's time for the next person to come in, bring them in. Or nudge me through the doorway that'll lead me toward them. I'm not trying no more. It's all up to you. I'm putting it in your hands. Sometimes you got to go through that little period. Now, I'm not saying that's the end all be all. It's going to take you through your whole path. But sometimes you got to go through that. I'm just going to chill for now. All right. Jesus Christ. Hang on. Let me clear the air, y'all. I'm going to have to meditate after this. I'm going to have to meditate. First, I thought it was the Taurus reading. I was like, God damn, the Taurus has got some heavy energy coming through here. Maybe it's just the February energy in general. Or maybe it's the energy of today. I don't know, dude. But doing my job has been difficult today. All right. Well, while we're at it, let's go ahead and take one more look at the person from the past. Past person. Any details that we left out about the past person Cancer dealt with? 201s. Boom, 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 boom. This person's too afraid to come forward. They're contemplating it, though. They're thinking about it. Two of Swords, Two of Wands. Are y'all both contemplating reaching out? Death card, though. What I tell you a minute ago. You don't have any unfinished business. You may have unanswered questions, and unanswered questions can feel like unfinished business, but in the grand scheme of things, according to the soul contract, this is telling me that you and this person completed your soul contract successfully. But with all these twos, Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, I'm sorry, Two of Swords, Two of Wands, yeah. Kind of looks like radio silence for the most part. Kind of, sort of. I'm honestly thinking that you're probably going to end up connecting with somebody else anyways. And they're watching the whole damn thing. They are putting on a show for you, hoping that you're watching. I think a lot of you are. Some of you dealt with a Virgo, also have Scorpio, Aries, could be a fellow Cancer for some of you. Let's see how the person from the past feels about you. How's the person from the past truly feeling about Cancer universe? They're a little bit intimidated by you. They're definitely afraid that you're still mad at them. Definitely. They do still feel karmically tied to you. But from the looks of it, it looks like you've moved on and you're happy. That's why they're a little bit intimidated. I think they do want to talk to you. They just don't know how to start a conversation with you. You look happy, though, for the most part. You look happy. It looks like you're doing good. Looks like you're doing good. Looks like you're happy. Looks like you're having a good old time. So they would feel stupid trying to talk to you. They think about it, though. They do think about it. They have unanswered questions, too. They feel unfinished business, too. But again, there isn't any unfinished business. If anything, I don't really think they have any solid intentions. They just still feel you in their energy. You know, just kind of like they have an itch. So usually when somebody wants to talk to you, but they just don't know how to start a conversation with you, what that means is they just want to know where they stand with you. They're just wondering if you're mad at them, if you miss them, if you love them, if you this, if you that. They're just curious. They kind of feel like you still love them, but they don't know. They're just curious. But see, here's the thing. What they're not thinking through is, what if the two of you did end up in conversation? And then it turned out you do have feelings for them. Then what? Then what? They're not thinking that far through, you know? All right, well, let's get the advice. What's the best advice for Cancer with the past person? Best advice. Goddamn karmic wheel again, dude. Closure. Closure. Closure has to happen here. Closure has to happen. When I say closure, that doesn't mean that you tell them your true feelings. They tell you their true feelings. It doesn't mean that they come forward and admit to what they did wrong. It doesn't mean they come forward and tell you what you want to hear. That's not closure. Now, in the perfect world, it'd be nice if that was closure. Closure means whatever the fuck it takes, you release it. That's what closure is. Closure is you letting go of it and releasing it so that you can move on. And most of the time, that doesn't happen with the two people having a conversation with each other. We wish it would, man. Like I said, in the perfect world. But right now, specifically in February, the cards are saying, not Rich Lop, the cards are saying that a conversation is not the best way to find closure. A conversation would be the best way for you to get sucked back in. And since you already completed your soul contract, if you get sucked back in, it's about a 98% chance that you're going to loop around and repeat a past cycle. It also depends on how long ago this came to an end. I do think that at some point in 2025, a conversation between the two of you is going to be beneficial. I just don't think that now's the right time, especially if this ended recently. Death card again. For the third time in a row, death card. So I'm not saying that you should just wait until it stops hurting and then move on, jump into a new relationship so that you're not thinking about it no more. That's not what I'm saying. But time is a very important tool that needs to be utilized throughout the healing process. Time doesn't equal healing, but healing does equal time. Time does not heal you. If time healed wounds, there will be no such thing as childhood trauma. So time in and of itself will not heal you, but if you're healing properly, it will take time. And there is a certain part of the healing process, and it's usually the beginning, somewhere in the beginning, where don't worry about it, just let some time pass. Especially if it was long term. I was just telling a client this earlier today. Especially if it was long term. You know, if you had a long-term relationship, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, you're looking at no less than 1 year before healing even starts happening. Oh, if you're in a 10-year relationship, that healing won't even start happening until after the first year. Won't even start happening. Won't even start. That first year is just barely starting to get kind of comfortable on your new path. And then even at that, most of the time, a 10-year relationship, shit, that healing might not even start until after the second year. Usually though, especially if you're on the path doing it the right way, it's usually around the 1.5 year mark before you really start noticing healing starting to happen. You're able to look back and connect the dots and whatnot. But if you just absolutely have to communicate with this person, I would say proceed with caution. Because at the end of the day, I can't tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I can, but that won't help anything. Because if you really didn't learn what you needed to learn with that person, repeating a past cycle is going to be mandatory. Because you won't be able to move up to the next level until you learn everything you needed to learn. Whether you do it with that person or the universe brings another person just like them, same situation. So take advantage of this time to take a little resting period. Okay, while we're gearing up for Aries season. Just got a couple more months left. Okay. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Cancerian family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.